Have you spent countless hours visualizing your dream life, affirming what you desire, and feeling like something fundamental is still missing from the manifestation equation? Today, we're about to uncover the profound truth that changes everything, about how reality creation actually works. What if I told you that the very act of trying to manifest is precisely what keeps you from having what you want? Welcome to a radical shift in understanding that will transform your relationship with reality forever. You've been sold a beautiful lie about manifestation. The vision boards, the affirmations, the elaborate rituals, they all rest on a fundamental misunderstanding about how consciousness creates reality. We've been taught to chase outcomes, to reach into the future and pull our desires toward us, when the true secret operates on an entirely different level. The universe doesn't respond to your wanting, it responds to your being. And this distinction makes all the difference between a life of endless striving and a life of effortless unfolding. Picture yourself standing at the edge of an infinite ocean, trying desperately to make waves move toward you. You visualize the waves, you affirm their approach, you believe with all your might that they will obey your command. But the ocean operates by its own laws, its own rhythm. Now imagine instead that you simply become one with the water itself, feeling the natural pulse of creation moving through you. This is the difference between manifesting from separation and embodying from unity. The ancient mystics knew something we've forgotten in our modern obsession with techniques and formulas. They understood that reality doesn't unfold from outside. Forces acting upon passive materials. It emerges from consciousness, recognizing itself in form. When you try to manifest something, you affirm its absence. When you embody something, you affirm its eternal presence. This shift from trying to being represents the most profound understanding of how creation actually works. Think about how a flower blooms. It doesn't manifest its petals through effort or visualization. It doesn't affirm, "I am a beautiful flower," over and over again. The flower simply expresses its inherent nature, and in that expression, beauty unfolds naturally. You are no different. The reality you seek already exists within the quantum field of infinite possibilities. Your role isn't to force it into being, but to align with the frequency where it already lives. When you understand this principle, everything changes. The exhausting effort of manifestation transforms into the graceful dance of embodiment. Instead of focusing on what you want, you focus on who you're being. Instead of chasing outcomes, you cultivate states of consciousness. This isn't just a semantic difference. It's a complete reversal of how we approach reality creation. Let's dive deeper into why traditional manifestation techniques often fail. When you engage in typical manifestation practices, you're operating from several flawed assumptions. First, you assume that what you desire exists outside of you, separate from your current reality. Second, you believe that through force of will or repeated affirmation, you can bridge this gap. Third, you think that the universe operates like a cosmic vending machine. Insert the right combination of thoughts and actions, and out pops your desire. These assumptions create a psychological state of perpetual reaching, of never quite arriving. You're always in the process of manifesting, never in the state of having manifested. This creates a feedback loop where the very act of trying to manifest reinforces the belief that you don't have what you want. The universe, being a perfect mirror of consciousness, reflects this state of lack back to you with unwavering precision. Consider the nature of desire itself. When you want something, you create a gap between yourself and that object of desire. This gap becomes a perpetual state of lack that the universe faithfully mirrors back to you. But when you embody the consciousness of already having, already being, already experiencing, there's no gap to fill. The universe can only reflect your state of being, not your state of wanting. The manifestation industry has done a masterful job of keeping you in this state of perpetual wanting. They sell you new techniques, new affirmations, new visualization methods, all promising to finally bridge the gap between you and your desires. But these techniques often fail because they're addressing the symptom, not the cause. The cause isn't a lack of technique, it's a fundamental misunderstanding of how consciousness creates reality. The real secret lies in understanding that consciousness precedes form. Your external reality isn't something separate from you that needs to be manipulated or controlled. It's a projection of your internal state, a mirror reflecting your deepest beliefs about who you are and what's possible. When you stop trying to change the mirror and start changing what it reflects, everything shifts effortlessly. This principle explains why so many manifestation techniques fail for so many people. They're operating from the wrong paradigm entirely. They're trying to use external methods to create internal shifts, when the truth is exactly opposite. Internal shifts create external realities. Being precedes having. Consciousness creates circumstance. This isn't just spiritual philosophy, it's the fundamental architecture of how reality operates. Let's explore the quantum physics behind this truth. At the subatomic level, particles exist in a state of superposition, multiple possibilities existing simultaneously until consciousness observes them into specific forms. You are that consciousness. Every moment you're collapsing infinite potential into specific realities through your state of being. When you try to manifest, you're operating from limited consciousness. When you embody, you're operating from expanded awareness. The double-slit experiment in quantum physics demonstrates this perfectly. When particles are observed, they behave differently than when they're not observed. Consciousness literally shapes physical reality at the most fundamental level. This isn't metaphorical, it's measurable science. Your consciousness is doing the same thing on a macro level, collapsing infinite potential into specific experiences based on your state of being. But here's where it gets even more interesting. In quantum physics, there's a phenomenon called quantum entanglement, where particles remain connected regardless of distance. Once entangled, what happens to one particle instantly affects the other. You are entangled with everything in your reality. When you shift your state of being, everything entangled with you shifts as well. This is why embodiment works so powerfully. You're not trying to affect external reality. You're shifting the quantum field from which reality emerges. The practice of embodiment requires a different kind of discipline than manifestation. Instead of forcing yourself to visualize or affirm, you cultivate presence with what is. You develop the capacity to feel the reality you desire as if it's already your lived experience. This isn't pretending or positive thinking. It's a profound alignment with the quantum field where all possibilities exist simultaneously. Think about the last time you experienced something truly magical in your life. Perhaps it was meeting someone special, receiving unexpected abundance, or having a breakthrough insight. Chances are you weren't actively trying to manifest these experiences. They arose naturally from a state of openness, alignment, and receptivity. This is the natural way creation flows, not through force, but through resonance. The manifestation paradigm keeps you trapped in linear time, always reaching for a future that never arrives. The embodiment paradigm brings you into vertical time, where all possibilities exist in the eternal now. This shift in temporal perception is revolutionary. When you embody, you're not creating something new. You're tuning into what already exists in the infinite field of potential. Many people resist this truth because it seems too simple. We've been conditioned to believe that change requires struggle, that transformation demands effort. But nature shows us otherwise. The most powerful forces in the universe operate through effortless flow, not forced action. Your consciousness is no different. When you align with the natural flow of creation, what you desire becomes inevitable, not because you manifested it, but because you embodied it. The resistance to embodiment often comes from the ego, which thrives on the illusion of control. The ego wants to believe it can manipulate reality through force of will. It's invested in the idea that if you just try hard enough, visualize clearly enough, affirm strongly enough, you can bend reality to your desires. But this approach is based on separation, the belief that you are separate from what you desire, and must therefore bridge that gap through effort. Embodiment dissolves this illusion of separation. It reveals that you and your desired reality are already one in the quantum field. The only separation exists in your perception, not in reality. When you shift your perception from separation to unity, from lack to wholeness, from wanting to being, reality reorganizes itself to match your new state of consciousness. This is why the most successful creators throughout history haven't been the ones with the most elaborate manifestation practices. They've been the ones who understood the power of state shifting, of consciousness alignment, of being the change they wished to see. They didn't chase their dreams. They became the person for whom those dreams were natural expressions of being. Consider the example of great artists, inventors, and visionaries. They didn't manifest their creations through force of will. They entered states of consciousness where their creations already existed, and then simply allowed those creations to flow through them into physical form. Einstein didn't manifest the theory of relativity. He embodied the consciousness from which such understanding naturally emerges. The implications of this understanding are staggering. It means that everything you've been taught about goal setting, visualization, and positive thinking needs to be re-examined through this lens. The goals aren't wrong, but the approach has been backward. Instead of using techniques to get what you want, use states of being to become who you truly are. When you embody rather than manifest, you tap into a power that transcends personal will. You align with universal intelligence, with the creative force that builds galaxies and grows forests. This isn't about making things happen. It's about allowing what's already in motion to express through you. The difference is subtle but profound, like the difference between pushing a river and flowing with its current. As we conclude this first chapter, reflect on your own experiences with manifestation. How many times have you tried to force outcomes through sheer will? How often have you felt the exhaustion of perpetual striving? Now consider the moments when things flowed effortlessly into your life. What was different about your state of being in those moments? The answer to these questions points you toward the truth of embodiment. If this resonates with you, share your experiences in the comments below. Have you noticed the difference between forcing and allowing in your own life? Let's explore this together as we continue our journey into the profound truth of embodiment in the next chapter. Now that we've exposed the flaws in traditional manifestation, let's explore the scientific foundation of embodiment and how it aligns with cutting-edge discoveries in quantum physics, neuroscience, and consciousness research. This isn't just spiritual theory. It's the convergence of ancient wisdom and modern science, revealing the true mechanics of reality creation. The quantum field is often described as a sea of infinite potential, where all possibilities exist simultaneously in a state of superposition. This isn't abstract philosophy, it's measurable reality. Every particle, every atom, every molecule exists in multiple states until consciousness observes it into a specific form. You are that consciousness, and every moment of your life is an act of observation that collapses potential into experience. When you understand this, the practice of embodiment takes on new meaning. You're not trying to create something that doesn't exist. You're selecting which version of reality to experience from the infinite versions that already exist. This is why embodiment feels so natural once you grasp it. You're not forcing anything into being. You're simply choosing what already is. The neuroscience of embodiment reveals even more fascinating insights. Your brain doesn't distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a physical one. When you embody a state of abundance, love, or success, your neural pathways fire as if you're already experiencing that reality. Over time, these neural patterns become your default operating system, naturally attracting experiences that match your internal wiring. This is different from mere visualization. Visualization engages primarily the visual cortex, creating mental images of desired outcomes. Embodiment engages your entire nervous system, your thoughts, emotions, physical sensations, and energy field. It's a full-spectrum alignment that transforms you at the cellular level. Research in epigenetics shows that your state of consciousness can actually alter gene expression. When you embody higher states of being, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're changing your biology. Stress hormones decrease, feel-good neurotransmitters increase, and your entire physiology shifts to support your new state of consciousness. Heart's electromagnetic field plays a crucial role in this process. Your heart generates the strongest electromagnetic field in your body, extending several feet beyond your physical form. This field carries information about your emotional state and influences everything around you. When you embody love, gratitude, or joy, your heart's field broadcasts these frequencies, literally changing the quantum field in your immediate environment. This brings us to the concept of coherence. In physics, coherence refers to the synchronized oscillation of waves. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions are coherent, all aligned with the same frequency, you become a powerful broadcasting station for that reality. Manifestation techniques often create incoherence by generating conflict between what you want and what you believe is possible. Embodiment creates coherence by aligning all aspects of your being with your desired state. The role of the observer in quantum mechanics cannot be overstated. The famous double-slit experiment showed that particles behave differently when observed versus when not observed. Your consciousness is constantly observing reality into form. When you embody a specific state, you're not just passively observing. You're actively selecting which version of reality to experience. This selection process happens at the quantum level, where time and space operate differently than in our everyday experience. In the quantum realm, past, present, and future exist simultaneously. When you embody your desired reality, you're not reaching into the future. You're accessing a parallel timeline where that reality already exists and bringing it into your present experience. The concept of quantum entanglement adds another layer to our understanding. Once particles become entangled, they remain connected regardless of distance. A change in one instantly affects the other. You are quantum entangled with everything in your reality. When you shift your state through embodiment, everything entangled with you shifts as well. This is why changes can seem to happen miraculously fast when you truly embody a new state. Let's explore the practical implications of this quantum understanding. When you embody abundance, you're not trying to attract money from somewhere else. You're shifting into a parallel reality where abundance is your natural state. The money doesn't come to you. You go to where the money already is. This subtle but profound shift in perspective changes everything about how you approach reality creation. The same principle applies to relationships, health, success, or any other desired experience. You're not attracting these things from outside yourself. You're shifting into versions of reality where these experiences are natural expressions of who you are. This is why embodiment feels so effortless compared to manifestation. You're working with the natural laws of reality rather than against them. The role of emotion in this quantum process is crucial. Emotions aren't just feelings, they're electromagnetic signals that influence the quantum field. When you genuinely feel the emotions associated with your desired reality, you're broadcasting those frequencies into the field. The field responds, not to your thoughts or words, but to your authentic emotional signature. This is why forced positivity doesn't work. You can't fake quantum resonance. The field responds to coherent emotional states. not manufactured ones. This is where many people struggle with traditional manifestation. They try to feel positive while suppressing negative emotions, creating internal conflict that blocks their desired outcomes. True embodiment requires emotional authenticity. It means feeling whatever arises fully without judgment, while maintaining awareness that you are not your emotions. From this place of emotional clarity, you can consciously choose which frequencies to broadcast into the quantum field. The concept of morphic resonance, proposed by biologist Rupert Sheldrake, suggests that similar patterns of activity resonate with each other across time and space. When you embody a specific state, you tap into the morphic field of all beings who have ever embodied that state. You're not creating something new, you're resonating with an existing pattern in the universal field. This explains why embodiment can produce rapid transformations. You're not building new patterns from scratch. You're aligning with patterns that already exist in the collective field. The more people who have embodied a particular state, the stronger that morphic field becomes, making it easier for others to access. The implications for collective evolution are profound. As more individuals learn to embody higher states of consciousness, we strengthen the morphic fields of love, peace, abundance, and wisdom. This creates a positive feedback loop that accelerates humanity's evolution. You're not just changing your personal reality, you're contributing to the evolution of collective consciousness. Understanding the quantum nature of embodiment also helps us navigate challenges more effectively. When obstacles appear, they're not punishment or tests from the universe. They're feedback showing where your embodiment isn't yet complete. Instead of fighting against challenges, you can use them as opportunities to deepen your embodiment practice. The practice of quantum embodiment involves several key principles. First, recognize that all possibilities already exist in the quantum field. Second, understand that your consciousness selects which possibility to experience. Third, align your entire being, thoughts, emotions, sensations, and energy with your desired state. Fourth, maintain this alignment consistently until it becomes your new default state. This approach requires a different kind of faith than traditional manifestation. Instead of faith in techniques or outcomes, it requires faith in the fundamental nature of reality itself. When you truly understand that consciousness creates reality, doubt becomes impossible. You know with absolute certainty that embodiment works because it aligns with the basic laws of existence. As we move deeper into the 21st century, science continues to validate what mystics have known for millennia. The convergence of quantum physics, neuroscience, and consciousness research points to one inescapable conclusion. Reality is far more malleable than we've been taught. The power to shape your experience lies not in external techniques, but in the state of your being. This understanding transforms how we approach personal development, healing, creativity, and success. Instead of trying to fix or improve ourselves, we recognize that wholeness already exists within us. Instead of chasing goals, we embody the consciousness from which those goals naturally emerge. Instead of fighting against reality, we dance with it in conscious co-creation. The quantum nature of embodiment reveals that you're not a separate entity trying to manipulate an external world. You're a focal point of consciousness through which the universe experiences itself. When you shift your state of being, you're not changing the universe. You're changing which aspect of the universe you experience. This perspective dissolves the anxiety and effort associated with traditional manifestation. There's nothing to achieve, nothing to prove, nothing to force. There's only the gentle art of aligning with what already exists in the infinite field of possibility. From this place of alignment, miracles become natural, and the extraordinary becomes ordinary. As we conclude this exploration of the quantum nature of embodiment, consider how this understanding might transform your approach to life. What if you stopped trying to make things happen and started allowing them to emerge? What if you replaced effort with alignment, force with flow, wanting with being? The quantum field awaits your conscious participation. Share your insights in the comments below. How does understanding the quantum nature of reality change your perspective on manifestation and embodiment? In our next chapter, we'll explore the practical steps for shifting from manifestation to embodiment in your daily life. Now that we understand the quantum mechanics of embodiment, let's explore how to apply this knowledge in practical, transformative ways. This chapter will guide you through the specific practices that shift you from the exhausting cycle of manifestation to the graceful flow of embodiment. The first and most crucial step is radical acceptance of your current reality. This doesn't mean resignation or giving up on your desires. Rather, it means acknowledging that your present circumstances are a perfect reflection of your past states of consciousness. This acceptance creates the foundation for genuine transformation because you can't change what you're resisting. When you resist your current reality, you create energetic tension that actually anchors you more deeply in that reality. It's like quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. Acceptance releases this tension and creates space for new possibilities to emerge. From this place of acceptance, you can consciously choose new states of being. The practice of embodiment begins with a fundamental question: who would I be if my desire was already fulfilled? This isn't about what you would do or have, but who you would be. If you desire abundance, who would you be as someone who already experiences unlimited prosperity? If you desire love, who would you be as someone who is already deeply loved? This inquiry shifts your focus from external circumstances to internal states. You begin to recognize that the feelings you associate with your desires, security, joy, freedom, love, are available to you right now. They don't depend on external conditions. They arise from your state of consciousness. Let's explore specific embodiment practices that create this shift. The first is what I call frequency matching. Every desired reality exists at a specific frequency or vibration. Your job is to match that frequency within yourself. This isn't about forcing positive emotions, but about genuinely accessing the feeling state of your desired reality. For example, if you desire financial abundance, close your eyes and imagine you've just checked your bank account to find it contains more money than you could spend in 10 lifetimes. Notice how your body feels. Notice the relaxation in your shoulders, the ease in your breathing, the sense of security in your core. This is the frequency of abundance. Your practice is to access this frequency regularly until it becomes your default state. The second practice is identity shifting. Your identity, who you believe yourself to be, creates the boundaries of what's possible in your reality. If you identify as someone who struggles with money, that identity will manifest corresponding experiences. Embodiment requires consciously shifting your identity to align with your desired reality. This isn't about affirmations or positive thinking. It's about genuinely seeing yourself differently. Start by observing your current identity beliefs. Notice when you say things like, "I'm not good with money," or "I always attract the wrong partners." These statements reveal your identity constructs. Then, consciously choose new identity statements that align with your desired reality. The third practice is sensory immersion. Your subconscious mind responds powerfully to sensory input. When you engage all your senses in experiencing your desired reality, you create neural pathways as if that reality already exists. This goes beyond visualization to include sound, touch, smell, and even taste when relevant. If you desire a loving relationship, don't just visualize your partner. Feel their touch on your skin. Hear their voice speaking words of love. Smell their unique scent. Taste the meals you share together. The more sensory detail you include, the more real the experience becomes to your subconscious mind. The fourth practice is emotional alchemy. This involves transforming lower frequency emotions into higher ones through conscious awareness. Instead of suppressing negative emotions, you acknowledge them fully, then consciously choose to shift to a higher frequency. This isn't bypassing, it's transformation. When fear arises, recognize it as contracted energy. Breathe into it, expand it, and watch it transform into excitement. When doubt appears, acknowledge it as limited perspective, then expand into trust. This practice builds your capacity to maintain high-frequency states, regardless of external circumstances. The fifth practice is present moment embodiment. This involves bringing your desired state into your current activities. If you're embodying abundance, how would you wash dishes from that state? How would you drive to work? How would you interact with others? This practice prevents embodiment from being something you do only during meditation and makes it a living reality. Let's address common challenges in embodiment practice. The first is inconsistency. Many people practice embodiment sporadically, then wonder why results are slow. Embodiment requires consistent practice until your new state becomes automatic. Think of it like learning a language. Occasional practice yields minimal results. Daily immersion creates fluency. The second challenge is doubt. Your logical mind may resist the idea that feeling something can change your reality. This is where understanding the quantum nature of reality becomes crucial. Remember, you're not pretending or fooling yourself. You're aligning with scientific principles of consciousness and reality creation. The third challenge is impatience. We're conditioned to expect immediate results, but embodiment often involves a period of invisible change before external shifts appear. During this time, profound transformations are occurring at the quantum level. Trust the process and maintain your practice even when you don't see immediate results. The fourth challenge is dealing with contrast. As you embody higher states, you may temporarily experience increased contrast with your current reality. This isn't failure, it's feedback. Use these moments to deepen your practice rather than abandon it. The contrast shows you where your embodiment needs strengthening. Advanced embodiment practices take you even deeper. Timeline jumping involves consciously shifting to parallel realities where your desires already exist. This requires a deep understanding of the multiverse theory and the ability to maintain coherent states for extended periods. Field attunement involves sensing and aligning with the morphogenetic fields of your desired reality. Every state of being has a corresponding field in the collective consciousness. When you attune to these fields, you accelerate your embodiment process by tapping into established patterns. Consciousness bridging is the practice of maintaining your embodied state while navigating challenging circumstances. This is mastery, level embodiment. Remaining in abundance consciousness while paying bills, staying in love frequency during conflict, maintaining success identity during setbacks. The role of surrender in embodiment cannot be overstated. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means releasing attachment to how and when your desires manifest. When you truly embody a state, you naturally release attachment because you already feel complete. This paradoxically accelerates manifestation. Embodiment also transforms your relationship with time. Instead of living in anticipation of future desires, you experience the fullness of each moment. This present moment richness is itself a form of abundance that attracts more abundance. You stop postponing happiness and start living from fulfillment. As you deepen your embodiment practice, you'll notice subtle but profound shifts. Synchronicities increase, opportunities appear effortlessly, relationships transform, health improves. These aren't rewards for good behavior. They're natural consequences of aligned consciousness. The practice of embodiment ultimately leads to a state of being where manifestation becomes irrelevant. When you're fully embodied in abundance, love, or success, the external forms these take become secondary to the internal experience. You realize that what you truly wanted wasn't the thing itself, but the state of being it represented. This is the ultimate freedom, recognizing that everything you desire is available within your consciousness right now. External circumstances become reflections of your internal state rather than determinants of your happiness. You move from seeking to being, from wanting to having, from separation to unity. Remember, embodiment isn't a destination, but a journey of ever-deepening alignment. Each moment offers an opportunity to choose your state of being consciously. With practice, this choice becomes natural, automatic, effortless. You discover that you are the source of everything you've been seeking. As we conclude this chapter on the practice of embodiment, I invite you to experiment with these techniques. Start with one practice and commit to it daily for at least 21 days. Notice what shifts in your internal experience and external reality. Share your discoveries in the comments below. In our next chapter, we'll explore how embodiment transforms specific areas of life: relationships, abundance, health, and purpose. We'll see how these principles apply to real-world challenges and opportunities. Let's explore how embodiment principles apply to the most important areas of your life: relationships, abundance, health, and purpose. These aren't separate domains, but interconnected aspects of your consciousness expressing itself in different forms. When you shift your embodiment in one area, ripple effects transform all others. Beginning with relationships, the traditional manifestation approach often involves listing desired qualities in a partner, visualizing meeting them, or using affirmations about attracting love. Embodiment takes a radically different approach. Instead of seeking love externally, you become love itself. This isn't just a philosophical concept. It's a practical shift in your energetic presence. When you embody love, you radiate a frequency that naturally attracts loving relationships. But here's the profound twist. You no longer need these relationships to feel complete. This paradox of fulfillment without need creates the most magnetic energy possible. People are drawn to those who are whole within themselves, not to those desperately seeking completion. The practice begins with self-love, not as a means to attract others, but as an end in itself. Treat yourself with the tenderness, respect, and devotion you desire from a partner. Speak to yourself with kindness. Honor your needs and boundaries. Celebrate your uniqueness. As you do this consistently, your frequency shifts from lack to abundance in love. For existing relationships, embodiment transforms dynamics instantly. Instead of trying to change your partner or manipulate outcomes, you embody the qualities you wish to experience. Want more intimacy? Become intimacy. Desire better communication? Embody open, honest expression. This isn't about changing others. It's about changing the field in which relationships exist. Moving to abundance, most people approach money from scarcity consciousness. They focus on bills, debts, and limitations. Embodiment reverses this completely. You cultivate abundance. Consciousness regardless of your bank balance. This isn't denial of current circumstances. It's recognition that abundance is a state of being, not a number. The key insight is that money is energy, and energy responds to consciousness. When you embody abundance, you literally change your relationship with the energy of money. You stop repelling it through fear and start attracting it through resonance. This shift often brings unexpected opportunities, innovative ideas, and synchronistic connections that lead to increased prosperity. Practical abundance embodiment involves feeling wealthy in every moment. Appreciate the abundance already present. The air you breathe, the food you eat, the technology you use. Practice generous thinking and action, even with limited resources. Make decisions from abundance rather than scarcity. These practices rewire your relationship with prosperity at the deepest level. In the realm of health, embodiment offers a revolutionary approach to well-being. Instead of fighting illness or forcing wellness, you embody the consciousness of vibrant health. This doesn't mean ignoring symptoms or avoiding medical care. Rather, it means aligning with the frequency of optimal well-being while taking appropriate action. Your body responds to consciousness more than we typically acknowledge. When you embody health, your cells receive different signals than when you embody disease. Stress hormones decrease, immune function improves, and healing accelerates. This isn't just positive thinking. It's engaging the mind-body connection at its most fundamental level. Health embodiment practices include feeling vitality in every cell, appreciating your body's wisdom, and trusting its healing capacity. Visualize yourself as radiantly healthy, not to achieve health, but to align with the health that already exists in the quantum field. Combine this with appropriate nutrition, movement, and rest for optimal results. Purpose represents perhaps the most profound application of embodiment principles. Instead of searching for your purpose externally, you recognize that purpose emerges from being, not doing. When you embody your authentic self fully, purpose naturally unfolds. This shifts the question from "what should I do?" to "who am I being?" Many people exhaust themselves trying to find their life purpose through career changes, workshops, or endless self-analysis. Embodiment reveals that purpose isn't found, it's expressed. When you align with your true frequency, the activities that express that frequency become obvious. Your purpose becomes less about what you do and more about the consciousness you bring to whatever you do. Purpose embodiment involves deep listening to your inner wisdom, honoring your unique gifts, and trusting the unfolding of your path. Instead of forcing yourself into predetermined roles, you allow your authentic expression to guide you. This often leads to unexpected directions that feel more aligned than anything you could have planned. The integration of embodiment across life areas creates a synergistic effect. As you embody love, abundance naturally increases because love is inherently abundant. As you embody health, your purpose clarifies because vitality provides energy for authentic expression. As you embody purpose, relationships deepen because authenticity attracts authentic connections. This holistic approach transcends the compartmentalization common in personal development. You stop treating life areas as separate problems to solve and start seeing them as interconnected expressions of consciousness. This integration simplifies your practice. Instead of different techniques for different areas, you master the art of conscious embodiment itself. Advanced embodiment in life areas involves working with collective fields. When you embody abundance, you contribute to the collective abundance field, making it easier for others to access prosperity. When you embody health, you strengthen the morphogenetic field of wellness. This understanding adds purpose to your practice. You're not just transforming your life, you're contributing to collective evolution. The shadow side of each life area also requires attention. Relationships may trigger abandonment fears. Abundance might activate unworthiness. Health challenges could surface mortality anxiety. Purpose questions might reveal existential concerns. Embodiment doesn't bypass these shadows. It embraces them. As part of the wholeness you're embodying, working with shadows involves bringing conscious awareness to unconscious patterns. Instead of suppressing fears or doubts, you acknowledge them fully while choosing to embody their opposite. This creates integration rather than division, wholeness rather than fragmentation. Your shadows become allies in your embodiment journey. The timeline for results varies by area and individual. Some people experience instant relationship shifts, while abundance might unfold gradually. Health improvements could be immediate or progressive. Purpose clarity might emerge suddenly or develop over time. Trust your unique journey without comparing to others. Maintaining embodiment during challenges requires practice and commitment. When relationships face conflict, can you remain in love frequency? When financial pressures mount, can you sustain abundance consciousness? When health issues arise, can you maintain wellness embodiment? These moments test and strengthen your practice. The ultimate goal isn't perfection, but consistency. You won't always maintain high-frequency states, and that's natural. The practice involves returning to embodiment repeatedly, strengthening your capacity each time. Over time, embodied states become your default rather than occasional achievements. As you master embodiment in key life areas, a profound realization emerges. These aren't separate aspects of life, but facets of one diamond. Relationships reflect your self-love. Abundance mirrors your sense of worth. Health expresses your life force. Purpose reveals your authentic nature. Everything is interconnected in the web of consciousness. This understanding liberates you from the endless pursuit of external solutions. Instead of seeking the perfect relationship, optimal wealth, ideal health, or ultimate purpose, you recognize that all these experiences flow naturally from embodied consciousness. You become the source rather than the seeker. In closing this exploration of embodiment in action, remember that transformation happens in moments of choice. Each moment offers an opportunity to embody the reality you prefer. Will you choose love over fear, abundance over scarcity, health over disease, purpose over confusion? These choices, made consistently, create your lived experience. Share in the comments which life area you're focusing on for embodiment practice. What shifts have you noticed? What challenges are you facing? Let's support each other in this transformative journey. As we reach the culmination of our journey from manifestation to embodiment, we arrive at perhaps the most profound realization. You are not separate from the creative force of the universe. You are that creative force expressing itself in human form. This understanding transcends all techniques, all practices, all efforts to manipulate reality. It reveals the ultimate truth of existence itself. When you fully grasp this truth, the entire paradigm of manifestation dissolves. You recognize that you've never been separate from what you desire. The illusion of separation created the need for manifestation in the first place. Embodiment simply returns you to your natural state of unity with all that is. This state of conscious creation operates beyond the duality of having and not having, beyond the linear progression from desire to fulfillment. In conscious creation, you exist in a state of simultaneous potential and actualization. You are both the wave and the particle, both the possibility and its expression. The journey from manifestation to embodiment to conscious creation follows a natural evolution of consciousness. Manifestation operates from separation, trying to bridge the gap between self and desire. Embodiment recognizes unity, but still maintains a subtle sense of becoming. Conscious creation transcends both, resting in the eternal I-ness of pure being. In this state, creation happens spontaneously, effortlessly, naturally. Like a tree doesn't try to grow, but simply grows. Like a star doesn't try to shine, but simply shines. You don't try to create, you simply are creation itself. This isn't passivity, it's the highest form of activity arising from perfect alignment with universal flow. The implications of living as conscious creation are staggering. Every thought, every feeling, every action becomes an act of creation. You no longer create from lack, but from overflow. You no longer seek completion, but express wholeness. You no longer chase desires, but dance with infinite possibility. This understanding transforms your relationship with challenge and adversity. Instead of seeing obstacles as problems to overcome, you recognize them as creation itself, offering opportunities for expansion. Every situation becomes a canvas for consciousness to paint new expressions of itself. The practice of conscious creation involves profound surrender, not surrender to external forces, but surrender of the separate. Self to the universal self. This isn't loss of individuality, but expansion into cosmic identity. You remain uniquely you, while recognizing your inseparability from the whole. In conscious creation, synchronicity becomes the norm rather than the exception. When you're aligned with universal flow, the entire cosmos conspires to support your expression. This isn't because you're special or chosen, it's because you've remembered your true nature as the universe itself. Time takes on new meaning in conscious creation. Past, present and future merge into an eternal now, where all possibilities exist simultaneously. You stop living in anticipation of future fulfillment and start experiencing the fullness of each moment. Paradoxically, this present moment fullness accelerates the manifestation of desires. The role of intention shifts dramatically. Instead of intending to get something, you intend to express something. Your intentions become like seeds planted in the fertile soil of consciousness, growing naturally without force or strain. The clearer your alignment, the more effortlessly your intentions manifest. Relationships transform at the deepest level when you live as conscious creation. You recognize others not as separate beings, but as different expressions of the same consciousness. This recognition creates profound intimacy and understanding. Conflict dissolves not through resolution, but through transcendence of the illusion of separation. Abundance flows naturally in conscious creation because you recognize yourself as the source of all abundance. Money, opportunities, resources, these are simply different forms of energy responding to your state of consciousness. When you embody abundance consciousness fully, material abundance follows inevitably. Health becomes an expression of life force flowing unimpeded through your being. Instead of fighting disease or pursuing wellness, you align with the natural vitality that is your birthright. Healing happens not through force, but through remembrance of your inherent wholeness. Purpose ceases to be something you seek and becomes something you are. Every moment becomes purposeful because it's consciousness experiencing itself through you. Whether washing dishes or leading nations, each activity carries equal significance as an expression of universal creativity. The practice of conscious creation requires no techniques, no rituals, no special knowledge. It requires only remembrance of who you truly are, beyond all conditioning, all limitation, all separation. This remembrance often comes in moments of profound stillness, deep presence, or spontaneous awakening. Yet paradoxically, all techniques can serve this remembrance. Meditation, visualization, affirmation, when used not to get something but to remember something, these become powerful tools for awakening. The key lies in the consciousness behind the practice, not the practice itself. As you stabilize in conscious creation, life becomes increasingly miraculous. Not because supernatural events occur, though they might, but because you recognize the miracle inherent in existence itself. Every breath, every heartbeat, every moment becomes a testament to the extraordinary nature of ordinary reality. The challenges of human life don't disappear in conscious creation, but your relationship to them transforms completely. Pain may arise, but suffering becomes optional. Loss may occur, but grief flows cleanly without resistance. Uncertainty remains, but anxiety dissolves in trust of the universal process. This state isn't reserved for mystics or saints. It's available to anyone willing to question the fundamental assumptions of separation. It doesn't require perfection, only willingness. It doesn't demand constant high states, only consistent return to truth. The global implications of widespread conscious creation are revolutionary. When enough individuals awaken to their nature as conscious creators, collective reality shifts. War becomes impossible when we recognize our unity. Poverty dissolves when we embody abundance. Environmental destruction ends when we feel our inseparability from nature. As we conclude this exploration, remember that everything shared here points to something beyond words. Conscious creation can't be fully understood intellectually. It must be lived, experienced, embodied. The invitation is to experiment, to explore, to discover for yourself the truth of these principles. You stand at a threshold, the threshold, between seeking and being, between effort and grace, between manifestation and creation. The choice to cross this threshold happens in each moment. Will you continue trying to manipulate reality from a place of separation, or will you surrender into the flow of conscious creation? The universe awaits your decision, not as something external judging you, but as your own deepest self calling. You home to the truth of who you are, home to the power you've always possessed, home to the creative force that birthed galaxies and now seeks expression through you. This isn't the end of our journey, but the beginning. As you integrate these understandings, new depths will reveal themselves. The path of conscious creation is infinite, always offering new vistas, new revelations, new expressions of the possible. Share your experiences as you explore conscious creation. What shifts when you stop trying to manifest and start allowing creation to flow through you? How does life change when you recognize yourself as the creative force itself? Your journey inspires others and contributes to collective awakening. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of reality's deepest secrets. Remember, you don't need to manifest what you already are. You don't need to seek what you've never lost. You don't need to become what you've always been. Simply be and watch the universe dance in celebration of your remembrance. If this message resonates deeply, subscribe to continue exploring the frontiers of consciousness. Share this video with those ready to move beyond manifestation into their true creative power. Together, we're not just changing our lives, we're participating in the evolution of consciousness itself. Until next time, rest in the knowing that you are the creator, the creation, and the creative process itself. All is unfolding perfectly, and you are exactly where you need to be for your next quantum leap in consciousness.